Trump the King. Upon a throne, a figure sits, with hollow promises and fits. He speaks of grandeur, power's might, but shadows lengthen, dimming light. He boasts of triumphs, wealth amassed, while whispers spread, a future past. The common folk, they toil and strive. Their hope diminishes, barely alive. The laws he dictates, harsh and cold. A story of betrayal, often told. For justice falters, truth concealed. As power's grip, is firmly sealed. The cost is great, the price is high. A chasm where the knowing try to bridge the gap, to share the light with one who dwells in endless night. The one who knows, with earnest plea, presents a world for eyes to see, a tapestry of rich design, while the other turns, no care, no sign. No common ground, no shared embrace. Just distant stars in this cold space. One bears the burden, understands. The Trump watches, empty hands. And so, he stands, apart, alone. Where seeds of wisdom are not sown. A silent clash, a quiet war. Between the knowing and the don't care evermore. Donald Trump, U.S. President, with power vast. Upon the throne, where power's grip takes hold. A leader chosen, stories to unfold. 8 years, a span cast by laws and customs. But in his heart, he yearns for time to last. For a longer rule, a kingly power, it seems. Yet limits bind his weighty hand. A silent mandate, etched in sand. To honor laws throughout the land. Executive orders, swift and bold. Can shape the future, stories told. But not above the founding text. Which liberty and justice blessed. The people watch, with watchful gaze. To guard the principles through all the days. For though a president may rule, the Constitution is the ultimate tool. An old parchment, with wisdom deep. The Constitution promises to keep. A nation's guide, a beacon bright. Through shifting sands, a steady light. The Trump power, a forceful hand. May it test its bounds across the land. But limits were set by wise framers and judicious statesmen. The power to change does not lie easily. For 2/3 assent and states accord must be attained ere change is poured. A weighty task, a solemn plea. To alter lines, for all to see. So, though debates and tensions rise, the parchment stands, beneath the skies. A testament to a lasting dream. Protecting rights, a hopeful gleam. The Trump rules are making the cost of living an unseen weight. Now settles heavy, sharp, and keen. New rules, like shackles, bind the hand. As prices for essentials sweep the land. Each loaf of bread, each cup of tea. A climb steeper for all to see. The well of comfort, once so deep, now shrinks with every penny people keep. The markets hum, a hungry sound. As daily needs are no longer bound. Inflation's grasp, a tightening squeeze. Leaving less for solace and for ease. The Trump policies whisper on the wind. A future sketched, a world redefined. But echoes rise from empty wallets. The whispered fear, it's getting worse. As taxes rise and prices soar. And burdens land at the common door. The fuel for cars, the warmth of home. Each bill a hurdle, we're left to roam. In towers high, where golden light does gleam. The wealthy thrive, a never-ending dream. Their coffers swell with riches piled high. While ordinary folks watch their hopes pass by. The markets dance, a rhythm Trump controls. Investments bloom, making their fortunes whole. Tax breaks bestowed, a gift so grand and vast. Further enriching, while the common man is cast. The laws are spun, a complex thread. Protecting those already ahead. the loopholes widen, profits flow. While average folk watch their money go. The grocery cart, a heavy load. Now lighter, as the prices bloat. The weekly shop, a solemn task. As budgets stretch and shadows cast. The rent is due, a looming dread. The energy bill, a whispered thread. Each month, a struggle, tight and keen. To make the two ends of the year meet, it would seem. Dreams once held now gather dust. The simple joys, once taken for granted, now bloom as tender flowers newly planted. The hope for more begins to fade, as inflation's tide has steadily swayed. New policies whisper on the wind. A future sketched, a world redefined. From silent ledgers, where the figures slept. A hollow echo, a promise unkept. Empty accounts, a barren expanse. No fertile ground for fortune's dance. Investments dwindled, a shadow of loss. The gilded cage, now covered in moss. Whispers of wind through a vault now bare. A testament to dreams that vanished in air. The cost of living, a tightening noose. On daily bread, our struggles lose. Housing climbs beyond our reach. A distant dream, an uphill screech. Yet, not despair, but memories hold. Of efforts given, stories untold. Lessons learned, though bitter the taste. On shifting sands, building on haste. From market stalls to the weekly shop. The rising numbers, they never stop. The new Trump regulations knock like a heavy hand. Reshaping industries across the land. The middleman, once strong, now feels the strain. An emptiness echoes where once hope resided. In accounts drained and investments misguided. The whispered promises, a market's fleeting dream. Now leave but a silence, a barren stream. Each lost penny, a mournful, hollow sound. As future plans crumble, shattered on the ground. No comfort in numbers, only stark despair. A poignant reminder of what once was there. The weight of loss, a chilling, heavy shroud. A whisper of anxiety, both deep and loud. The echoes rise, though softly they call. A wisdom born from where empires fall. For though the coffers may empty and cease, the human spirit can still find its peace. But now King Trump wants the promised land to be his land. The promised land is a holy land for all, the holy land is now a stark canvas, where shadows reside. A crimson tide stains where secrets hide. Blood-soaked fabric, a chilling sight, whispers tales of sorrow, fear, and tears. The Holy Land is for all, not for Zionism and Trump alone. The red on white, a canvas defiled, a silent scream echoing, a pain unbegged. Yet in its starkness, a truth is laid bare. The fragile thread of existence, caught in a snare. So, contemplate the image, let its meaning unfold, a canvas stained with crimson, a story untold. By those who fought for words that had been said. A truth distorted, twisted, worn, and frayed. The promised dream, a life for battles made. The children starve, their fragile bodies frail. Echoes the Holocaust in the wind's sad wail. They beg for scraps, for morsels to sustain. But land is hoarded, and all pleas are vain. Trump's vision for the Holy Land reflecting worldly, his golden dream. Of towering hotels, sharp and grand, a Playboy mansion, across the Holy Land. Where wealthy Arabs, find their perverted sexual zests. Where sacred sites and prophets found their rest. The Trump plan for Gaza is like whispers of secrets kept too long, of island dreams and power's broken song. A tangled web, a file of darkened lore. Whispers of names, and truths we can't ignore. The island a stage, a wicked design. Where silence bought, and evil could twine. Whispers of power, wealth's cruel hand. A network of lies across the land. The victims emerge, their voices now loud. Breaking the silence, piercing the cloud. Demands for justice, truth to be seen. Exposing the darkness, the rot within. Though doors were shut and secrets concealed, the truth, like a phoenix, will be revealed. For no earthly power, no hidden decree, can forever bury what longs to be free. While shadow falls across the vibrant sun, a child's laughter, silenced and undone. In Gaza's land, a hunger cries, reflected in their hollowed eyes. Bombs burst, and dust clouds fill the air. Displaced, they wander, filled with fear. No steady hand, no comforting embrace. Just scarcity etched on every face. Famine claws, a cruel, slow fate. Their tiny bodies waste and wait. Malnutrition's grasp, a painful bind, leaving shattered dreams behind. The world may watch, the cries unheard, as little lives become a word. But hope still flickers, frail and slight, a silent plea in the fading light. A generation scarred, forever changed. Their innocence lost, their futures rearranged. Yet, in their eyes, a strength remains, a silent testament to enduring pains. Upon velvet cushions, steeped in gilded air, Trump the king, lost in slumber, beyond all earthly care. His dreams, a tapestry of dominion to be. Of hotels carrying his name, stretching along Gaza shores, soaked with the Palestinian blood and tears. From Gaza's shores to Jerusalem's stone, a cry echoes, a sorrow deeply sown. Palestinian blood, spilled on hallowed ground. A history etched, where loss is profoundly found. They pay for Trump land to be. But Trump still walks through imagined halls, a crown upon his brow, his name a whispered legend from then until now. In this realm of silk and fantasy, where shadows dance and play, the sun shines on his kingdom, a new and brighter day. Yet beyond the castle walls, where hunger bites and cold winds blow, but our people in Gaza, thin as whispers, suffer, fall, and go. Their small hands reaching, their cries a muffled plea, unheard, unseen, lost to eternity. While the king envisions grandeur, a legacy so grand, the future of his people slips through his dreaming hand. The land he soon would govern, in dreams, so rich and fair, becomes a silent graveyard, filled with unspoken despair. Trump changes unfold like a torrent of rain, leaving the average man uncertain in the frigid winter with pain. Yet in the shadows, a whisper starts to grow. A voice is rising, a demand for change to sow, for justice calls, a fairer, stronger plea, to share the bounty for all humanity. Author Amer Janineh.